Good morning, my name is Bruce Farmer from Total Fluency Limited, an accelerated language learning company. Welcome back to our channel. This video program is all about demonstrating the awesome power of moving from the conventional learning paradigm to an accelerated language learning paradigm. And to make this all very real and graphic, I've committed to learning Italian from 0 to the A2 level. That's a task that normally takes 600 hours using conventional learning approaches, and I'm going to be doing that in just 60 hours. Every 5 hours, I test myself to see my progress. Without further ado, let's check in and see how I'm doing. As you know, there are 4 skills to mastering a language: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. After 5 hours, I was reading at an A1 level. And now with 10 hours of what you would consider classroom time, the focus being on knowledge building, I can read at an A2 level and I can listen at an A1 level. As you can see, the plan is in the next 5 hours to concentrate on my writing, the following 5 hours to concentrate on speaking. These 4 language skills tend to typically be taught all at the same time, jumbled up. We find one thing that helps is to narrow our focus, and that is why I am testing only certain amounts at each stage, because that's where my focus has been. One of the great things about our form of accelerated learning is it provides superbly accurate information. So I can see that after 10 hours and 1 minute of studying Italian, I have invested approximately 2/3 of my time into building vocabulary and 1/3 into building grammar so that I can use that vocabulary. We find this is about the right ratio for an exam course. If I were focused on communication, that ratio would be closer to 4:1. You can see that in 6 hours and 36 minutes, I've built a vocabulary of 806 words. And after 3 hours and 25 minutes, I've acquired 424 examples of grammar rules, which means I've acquired about 140 separate grammar rules. And I've invested so far just 1 hour in deliberately going after building reading and listening skill. Okay, there's my progress. Now, what about you? One of the things we want to do in this program is to give you a realistic expectation of how far you can get in what period of time with accelerated learning. So what you're looking at now is an A1 exam level text. The words I've learned are in white. The words in blue I haven't learned. Now I may be able to work them out, but I'm restricting myself to only working out words that I can do from other Italian I know or English I know. I'm not using either my French or Spanish to help me. So on the left is the Italian, on the right is my translation. Again, the words in white are the words that I know because I've learned them and can recall them, and the other words I may or may not be able to infer from the context of the sentence. Let's now move my translation to the left-hand side and then address these exam level questions. I'll read the questions to you and the answers so that you can see that you don't need to know every word, and the words I don't know are not impeding my ability to answer the questions presented. So the first question is, how old is Louisa? Well, that's pretty easy. That's the first sentence. She's 16 years old. What is near Louisa's bed? My 4 choices are a wardrobe that is something of clothes, a wardrobe that is something of toys, a computer, or a television. I'd just like to say a big thank you to Lingua.com. I have no affiliation to them, but they're producing a wonderful website and they have wonderful resources. And if you're learning a European language, I recommend you check them out. They give you the text at the right level, they give you the exam level questions, and best of all, they provide your marks immediately so you can get the feedback you need. I took 4 of the tests. As you can see, I'm scoring at about a 90% level. The pass mark is 62%, so I'm comfortable with that. So I thought I'd also try my hand at answering some A2 level questions, and here you can see a very short bit of me typing up my translation. This is in real time, or it wouldn't be useful. What I'm illustrating here is that I can read Italian, translate it, and type it at approximately 50 words a minute. My typing is actually the limitation on my rate of progress rather than the reading. Here's my score at the A2 level. Now I took 3 tests because I was a little bit worried when I took the first one. Maybe I got lucky, or maybe these are in sequence going from the easiest to the hardest. So I spread my tests out across the whole list, took 3, got 100% as you can see. Now you might think it's odd that I got a higher score at A2 than A1. The explanation is this: I was a little sloppy, a little careless in my A1 tests, and I made a silly mistake, one of those I'm not paying enough attention mistakes, and I let them trick me on one of the questions into giving them the wrong answer. So by the time I did the A2, I was feeling very focused and alert. What you're about to hear is A1 level speaking. Obviously they're using a constrained vocabulary and they are speaking a little more slowly and a little more clearly than normal. So here's what she says.
Vivo in un piccolo appartamento al centro della città. Il mio appartamento si trova al 4º piano all'interno di un edificio nuovo. Il palazzo è di colore azzurro e ha la porta di legno marrone.
Here's what I heard. Here's the transcript. Here is the question. There were 4 of these questions. I got 75% on the questions, mark is 62%. I'm comfortable with that mark this early on. This is why we love accelerated learning. The first step in designing a course is to decide what level of ability you want people to have. So you gather some experts together, they write down everything they think you'd need to know at that level, and you have a curriculum. From experience, they work out how long it takes to teach that curriculum and get people to go through it. Now, when you know how much people need to know and you know how long it takes, you can work out what their progress is in a language program in terms of words per hour. Most traditional language courses are taught at 3.5 words per hour. Now, you don't need to remember 100% of everything you heard in order to get an A-star. And so A-star students are learning at about 3 words per hour, and C students at about 2 words per hour. And if you're a C student today, you might think, wow, to go from a C to an A-star would be fantastic, but what a mountain to climb. I'd have to get 50% faster than I am at the moment. If you know about the education system, you'll know that most schools who've attempted to improve their marks by just 10% without changing the students that they allow into the school, that most have failed to achieve that. It is a mountain to climb if you stay within the conventional learning paradigm, but if you move to accelerated learning, suddenly it's not looking so intimidating. If I can learn at 35 words per hour, plus all the grammar necessary to deploy those words, then I think you can make it to 3. Accelerated learning isn't just about learning faster, it's about finishing sooner. You can take a 1,200-hour course and finish it after 120 hours, saving 1,000 hours of your life. Instead of having to go on a language intensive for 6 months and lose 6 months of salary because you're studying 10 hours a day, you can do that same work 1 hour a day in the evening and maintain your salary. The faster that you acquire a language, the more fun and exciting it is. If you'd like to follow my progress through this program, remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.